Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're embarking on a personal quest to master the art of management. We're going to break down exactly what makes an exceptional leader. Whether you're already guiding a team or you're aiming for your very first leadership role, we're going to unpack the absolute foundational principles of business to help you level up your career. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this fundamental question. What does a manager actually do all day? Well, without effective management, an organization is just a chaotic group of people running in completely different directions. Management is the art of actually getting things done through people. It's turning all that chaos into coordinated success. Basically, it's the pursuit of organizational goals efficiently and effectively by integrating the work of everyone involved.
And that brings us to a concept I absolutely love, the multiplier effect. Good managers create incredible, exponential value. When you step into a management role, it isn't just about snagging a fancy new title. Your influence on the organization is multiplied far beyond the results that can be achieved by just one person acting alone. Think about it like this. You're no longer just producing lines of code or making sales calls or designing graphics. You are the engine empowering an entire team to do it tenfold.
Here's the roadmap for our journey today. 1. The call to lead. 2. The manager's toolkit. 3. Mastering essential skills. 4. The 7 modern challenges. And 5. Building career readiness. We're going from understanding the core functions to surviving the modern gauntlet of business. All right, Section 1, the call to lead. Let's explore what it really means to step up.
When Jeff Bezos left Wall Street to start Amazon right out of his garage, he described the key to career growth as doing things I've never done before. And that is really the essence of the call to lead. The inherent rewards of practicing management are profound. You get to stretch your abilities, you magnify your range, and you get to experience this deep sense of accomplishment as you build a catalog of successful products or services. Practically speaking, yeah, it often means the possibility to make more money during your career too. But honestly, perhaps the greatest reward of all is eventually becoming a mentor and helping others succeed. Moving on to Section 2, the manager's toolkit. Let's look at the foundational tools every manager needs. Management is basically a continuous balancing act of 4 distinct functions, and this brilliantly illustrates the cycle. First up, planning. You set goals and decide how to achieve them. It's essentially setting the target. Second, organizing. You arrange tasks, people, and resources to actually accomplish the work, building your team. Third, leading. You motivate, direct, and influence your people to work hard, keeping them totally energized. And fourth, controlling. You monitor performance, compare it with those initial goals, and take corrective action if you need to. You're checking the scoreboard. And this cycle, it literally never stops. Now, organizations rely on a hierarchy to function effectively. Responsibilities shift drastically depending on exactly where you sit in this management pyramid. An organization needs vastly different types of leaders at different elevations just to keep the whole machine running smoothly. Let's break down those layers. Up at the peak, you have top managers making the big, long-term decisions that steer the whole ship. Think of a CEO looking, say, 5 years into the future. Right below them are the middle managers. Their job is to implement those long-term policies and coordinate activities across different departments. And then, right at the foundation are the first-line managers. They're the ones making the short-term operating decisions and directing the daily tasks of non-managerial employees. It's like a floor manager fixing today's immediate schedule. So as you can see, your daily focus shifts dramatically from a long-term horizon at the top all the way down to short-term daily tasks at the bottom line. Now, you might be wondering about the scope of what you manage. Functional managers are responsible for just one organizational activity, like R&D or human resources. General managers, on the other hand, are responsible for several organizational activities, and they typically supervise other managers. But here's the thing, whether you're a functional manager overseeing one specific department or a general manager running the whole shebang in a for-profit corporation, a nonprofit, or a mutual benefit organization, you are still performing those exact same 4 basic functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. The single biggest difference is simply how they measure success. All right, Section 3, Mastering Essential Skills. Let's look at the daily reality of being a manager. The daily reality of a manager is, well, intense. It's heavily characterized by fragmentation, brevity, and a whole lot of variety. You are in constant demand. You basically have to jump between 3 role types just to survive the endless emails and meetings. There's interpersonal, acting as a figurehead and leader. There's informational, monitoring and disseminating data. And decisional, playing the entrepreneur, the negotiator, and very often the disturbance handler.
It is a massive balancing act.
Let's move to and see how this builds into the specific skills you need as you climb that pyramid. Technical skills, the ability to perform a specific job, are highly important early on for first-line managers. But look at the red line. Conceptual skills, the ability to think analytically and deal with ambiguous, fuzzy problems, become incredibly important at the top levels of management. However, notice the yellow bar. Human skills, or soft skills, the ability to interact well with people and work in teams, remain absolutely crucially important across every single level of management, without exception. Section 4. The 7 Modern Challenges. Let's talk about surviving the modern gauntlet.
Today's business landscape is a rigorous 7-part gauntlet of trials that every exceptional manager really has to conquer. You have to maintain a competitive advantage, adapt to technological advances, and champion inclusion and diversity. On top of that, you must navigate globalization, uphold strict ethical standards, drive sustainable development, and finally, manage for the happiness and meaningfulness of your team. That's a lot on your plate, right? Let's look a bit closer at 2 of these massive hurdles. Challenge number 2 is technological advances. Technology forces managers to deal with the new normal. We're talking about far-ranging e-commerce, the rapid rise of artificial intelligence automating the workforce, and just endless amounts of data challenging our decision-making. This constant, urgent shift requires massive changes in organizational structure and makes knowledge management absolutely critical for survival. Then there's challenge number 6, sustainable development. For a long time, economic prosperity basically assumed an unlimited supply of natural resources, which has, as we know, caused environmental damage. Today, managing for the business of green is no longer optional. The United Nations has adopted 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and addressing sustainability is now a critical, ongoing issue facing global organizations today. Finally, Section 5, Building Career Readiness. Let's get into some actionable steps.
So, the crucial point is this. Rule number 1 is that it is absolutely your responsibility to manage your career. Do not count on others to do it for you. Building true career readiness demands deep personal reflection, a seriously high level of motivation, true commitment, and just constant experimentation on your part. You can build this readiness by creating practical habits. Our sources outline a highly effective, simple process for this. First, identify something very specific you want to accomplish. Second, identify a simple, tiny change you can implement to move toward that goal. And third, attach that tiny change to an existing habit you already have. This allows you to build true career readiness through small, highly achievable, everyday actions. Look at everything we've discussed today: the multiplier effect, the daily roles, the vital human skills, and those massive modern challenges. It's like a giant puzzle, and you hold the pieces. So, what tiny habit will you change tomorrow to begin your journey as an exceptional manager? Define it, attach it, and take that vital first step. Thanks for exploring this explainer with me, and I'll catch you next time.